about Introduction to Regulatory and Conceptual Framework of Accounting and Accounting Policies. And we discuss about here significance of International Financial Reporting Standards, objective of International Financial Reporting Standard, also its scope, and important bodies behind the International Financial Reporting Standard and International Accounting Standard Board's regulatory framework of accounting, and principle based and rule based framework. And what are the purpose of the framework? Qualitative characteristics of financial information and elements of financial statements which are used in regulatory and conceptual framework of accounting and accounting policies. First, we discuss about or define advanced financial accounting. In advanced financial accounting is designed to provide you with financial reporting and business skills that are applicable in any international professional environment. This subject is based on the International Financial Reporting Standard, which are issued by the International Accounting Standard Board (IASB). Almost every country has its own accounting language, and the language describe how particular types of transaction and other events should be reflected in financial statement. Like US GAAP, German GAAP, GAAP GAAP, or IAC International Accounting Committee. However, the difference between two countries' GAAP may be relatively minor, that is similar to comparing languages like Dutch and Afrikaans or Scottish with Irish. These differences, however small, will still result in miscommunication. This is a set of International Accounting Standards by International Accounting Standard Committee, which located in London, England. And International Accounting Standard Committee has a number of different bodies, the main one being the International Accounting Standard Board, which is standard setting body of the International Accounting Standard Committee. In conceptual framework of accounting, a conceptual framework is a statement of generally accepted theoretical principle which form the frame of reference for financial reporting. These theoretical principles provide the basis for the development of new accounting standards and the evaluation of those already in existence in the form of framework or globally accounting standard, which includes standards IAS or IFRS or interpretations, short detail like standard issued before 2001, which are total 41 international accounting standard, and after 2001 total 13 international financial reporting standard are issued. The elements of conceptual frameworks are objective of financial reporting, then qualitative characteristic of accounting information, elements of financial statements, recognition and elements or measurement in financial statement, assumption, principle or constraint, which are very important elements of conceptual framework, where we use recognition, measurement and disclosure concept in the shape of assumption, principles, constraint, and qualitative characteristics of accounting information and elements of financial statements also discussed in conceptual framework, where objectives of financial reportings are given in first level and in second level, bridge between level and 3, and the third one level, how we implement the conceptual framework. Significance of international financial reporting adoption or included comparability. If we discuss about comparability, its financial statement of local entities can be easily and reliably be compared with their global peers. Their features allows prospective investor and stakeholders in accessing the performance of entities accurately. And the second one significance of international financial reporting standard is cross-border investment. And in cross-border investment, adoption with international financial reporting standard is likely to promote investment because of the goodwill which international financial reporting standard enjoys with the global investor communities. And the third one, significance of international financial reporting standards are multiple reporting. In multiple reporting, we learn that different entities with the group that reside in different jurisdiction may be required to prepare a dual set of financial statements for external financial reporting, one for local statutory financial reporting in the home country, and second for the reporting to the parent's company. And the fourth and last one significance of international financial reporting is cost of capital. In cost of capital, international financial reporting standards eliminates barriers to cross-border listing as it is accepted as a global financial reporting framework and allows companies to seek admission to almost all the world's borders, even in cases where listing an overseas exchanges is permitted using local journal accepted accounting principle, and international investors generally ascribe an additional risk premium if the underlying financial information is not prepared in accordance with international standard. And in qualitative characteristic of financial information, where we discuss about relevance, reliability, comparability, understandability, these all are this subject to the thresholds quality of materiality. And if we discuss about the qualitative characteristic of financial information, the first one is relevance. In relevance, information is relevant if it has the ability to influence the economic decisions and users and is provided in time to influence those decisions. And the second one, qualitative characteristic is reliability. In reliability, in relevance, we also discuss about qualities of relevance, where we discuss timeliness, predictive value, and feedback value. These are the qualities of relevance. And in reliability, reliable information can be depended upon the present and faithful representation and is neutral, error-free, complete, and prudent. And if we discuss about the qualities of reliability, there are three main qualities of reliability. The first one is representational faithfulness, where we discuss about accounting information should represent what are the purpose to represent and should ensure that the selected methods of measurement has been used without error or bias. This attribute is sometimes called validity. And in variability, we discuss about variability pertains the maintenance of audit trails to information source documents that can be checked for accuracy. And the third one, quality of reliability is neutrality. In neutrality, we discuss about the accounting information must be free from bias, regarding a particular viewpoint, predetermined results, or particular party prepares of financial reports must not attempt to induce or predetermine outcome or a particular mode of behavior. And in the third one, qualitative characteristic of financial information is comparability. In comparability, it enables user to identify similarities and differences between two or more sets of economic circumstances. For example, compare the financial statement of an entity over time in order to identify trends. And the second one, comparability quality, is compare the financial statement of different entities in order to evaluate their relative financial position and performance. Because users wish to compare the financial position and the performance and changes in the financial position of an entity over time. It is important that the financial statement shows corresponding information for the preceding period. And the fourth one and last one, qualitative characteristic of financial information, is understandability. In understandability, it depends upon the way in which information is shown in a financial statement. And the second one thing is the capabilities of the users of the financial statement. And it assume have a reasonable knowledge of business and economic activities and are willing to study the information provided with reasonable diligence. And in objective of financial reporting, there are many objective of financial reporting which discuss about the main objective of financial reporting, like financial reporting review panels and different other financial reporting objectives which are very important in the financial reporting standards, like set of general purpose financial information meeting different needs, where different needs discuss about different external user. In external user, we discuss about creditors, investor and lenders, and the second one, other parties, regulator or tax authorities. If we discuss about creditor, investors and lenders, it decide making about providing resources. And second one is identifying resources and claims, assessing the prospects of future cash flows, like different statements, and influencing management actions, estimating the value of an entity, and getting all the possible information regarding the financial reportings. And in other parties, regulators or tax authorities, which are also very useful for financial reporting in decision making, like decision making about may company rules, laws, tax are obeyed by the company or not, and what are the financial position of that particular company. And in qualitative characteristic of accounting information, where we discuss about the relevance. Relevance requires financial information to be related to an economic decisions, where fundamental qualitative characteristics are faithful representation requires to present what is purpose to represent, where we discuss about predictive value, confirmative value, materiality. And in relevance, we discuss about in predictive value helps user in predicting future outcomes. And in confirmatory value, it enables user to check and confirm easier earlier prediction or evaluations. And in materiality, it discuss about information is material if it is significant enough to influence the decision of users. And if we discuss about faithfulness representation, we discuss about completeness. incompleteness, adequate or full disclosure of all necessary information. And secondly, we discuss about neutrality, where fairness and freedom from bias and fair from error means no inaccuracies and omissions or characteristic of qualitative characteristic of accounting information. And in measurement in financial statement, where we discuss about historical cost, replacement cost, fair value, then net realizable value and economic value, which are very accessible and very representative to the measurement of financial statement. These are easily understandable and relevant to the financial statements. And in historical cost, what is what we discuss in historical class cost while we measurement the financial statement. In historical cost, we discuss about assets are recorded at a fair value of the consideration given to acquire them at the time of their acquisition, and liabilities are recorded at the fair value of the consideration received in exchange for incurring the obligations at the time they were incurred. And demerits and deficiencies of historical cost accounts are also used in financial statement, like carrying value CV of non-current asset is often substantially below current value. Inventory in the statement of financial position reflect prices, and income statement expenses do not reflect the current value of asset. If profit were distributed in full, the level of operations would have to be curtailed. If profits were no account is taken of the effect of increasing prices, and the overstatement of profits and this understatement of asset prevent a meaningful calculation of return on capital implied ROCE. And if we discuss about the replacement cost of an asset in a financial statement, the most economic current cost of replacing an existing asset with an asset of equivalent productive capacity or service potential. And the third one, financial statement measurement is fair value. In fair value, the amount for which an asset or liability could be exchanged between knowledgeable, willing parties in an arm length transaction. It may be described as the amount at which that asset or liability could be bought or incurred or sold or settled in a current transaction between willing parties, that is other than in a forced or liquidation sale. And in net realization value of an asset in measurement of financial statement, we discuss about the estimated selling price in the ordinary course of business less the estimated cost of completion and the estimated cost necessary to make the sale. It is defined as the similar terms by other standard settlers, and it's in other authoritative literature. It has sometimes been described as net selling value and not net market value. Where not explicit in the above definition, it is presumed to be a current value, that is the value on the measurement date. Again, the equivalent liability definition does not seem to have been formally defined in accounting literature, but it is proposed that it may be defined as the estimated amount that would be incurred in ordinary course of business to be realized from the liability on the measurement date plus the estimated cost necessary be score at the releasing point. And if we discuss about the economic value, in which we see the economic value of the financial statement, or it realizable or it understandable for the measurement of the estimated cost or measurement value of the economic cost of the asset or not, or what is the value of the estimations or the value of the assets which are given in the financial statement. And in qualitative characteristics of accounting information, where we discuss about the enhancing qualitative characteristics, where comparability in comparability we compare information enables comparison within the entity and cross across entities. And in consistency, closely related to comparability is the notion that consistency of accounting practices over time permits valid comparisons between different periods. And in variability, it helps to ensure user that information represents faithfully what is the purpose to represents. And in timeliness, it means providing information to decision makers in time to be capable of influencing their decisions. And in understandability, it requires financial information to be understandable or comprehensive. And in elements of financial statement, how we discuss or describe the main elements of financial statements which are very useful in accountings and which are very useful in any financial accountings or advanced accounting or cost accounting, which are very useful statements. The definition are given here. The first one is asset. Asset is a resource from which future economic benefits are expected to flow to the entity. And in liabilities, we discuss about a liability is an obligation result in an outflow from the enterprise resources. And in equity, we discuss about the equity is the residual interest in the asset of an entity that remains after deducting liabilities. Here we deduct liabilities from the asset, and it equal to the equity. And in investment by owners, where increase in equity to obtain or increase ownership interest or equity in the business enterprise. And in distributions to owners, we discuss about decrease in equity resulting from transferring asset, rendering service, or incurring liabilities by an enterprise to the owner. And in revenues, we discuss revenue as a inflows from activities that constitute an entity ongoing major or central operations. And in expenses, decreases in economic benefits during an accounting period in the form of outflows. And in gains, it increases in equity except those that result from revenues or investments by owners. And in losses, we discuss about decrease in equity except those that result from expenses or distribution to owners. And in comprehensive income, the change in equity from transaction from non-owner sources. And in recognition and measurement, in financial statement assumption principles and constraint, where we discuss about assumptions of economic entity. In economic entity, company keeps its activities separate from its owner and other businesses. And in going concern, We discuss about company to last long enough to fulfill objectives and commitments. And in monetary unit, we discuss about money is the common denominator. And in periodicity, we discuss about company can divide its economic activities into time periods. And in recognition and measurement in financial statement or assumption principle or constraint, where we discuss about the main principles of the measurement of financial statement. The first one principle is the cost principle, which are very important in financial statements. The first one is cost principle. It indicates that asset and liabilities be recorded at their equivalent cost. And the revenue principle discuss about requires that companies recognize revenue in the accounting period in which the performance obligation is satisfied. And in the matching principle requires that all expenses incurred in generating the revenue can be recognized. And in full disclosure principle, providing information that is of sufficient importance to influence the judgment and decision of an informed user. There are four main principles. First one is cost principle, then revenue principle, then matching principle, and then full disclosure principle. And in recognition and measurement in financial statement, we also discuss about the principle and constraint. In constraint, there are two main constraints. The first one is materiality, and second one is conservatism. In materiality, we discuss about inclusion and disclosure of financial transactions in financial statements and or their size and effect on the company performing them. And in conservatism, financial statements should be prepared with a downward measurement bias. Assets and revenues could not be overstated while liabilities and expenses could be understood. I hope that you know different things or accounting currency principles or accounting concept in this chapter where we discuss about the international accounting standards and international financial reporting standards in this chapter in the form of introduction to regulatory and conceptual framework of accounting and